Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to another Dark Souls Remastered guide. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be for none other than the Gaping Dragon. This guy's a bit of a weirdo in terms of everything, I guess. How he looks, how he acts, how he mechanically works with certain stuff. So there is an entity that will buff this dude. And I'm going to show you how to eradicate that entity that will buff said dude. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, and I believe we're going to go this way whilst watching out for the rats. We're going to run up and bash this rat in the brains real quick. Hi-ya. And I think it is continued this way. I got to remember the path that I have to take in order to eradicate. It's not this way. It might be this way, however. Yes, I think so. Okay, so once you come out here, there will be a channeler right about here, and he will actually buff the boss. Let's try to get rid of these rats as well before we get poisoned. I think we're getting poisoned no matter what. Yeah. See real quick. These rats are being really rude in this day and age. Can't get a good rat this day and age, you know? They're just all so rude. Yeah, they just keep attacking you over and over. It's so annoying. Okay, come on. Yeah. Get out of here. I'm trying to do a guide. How many rats we got to have for this freaking area, huh? How many rats we got to have for this area, huh? Right. So if you come over here, there will be a channeler. You know, the guy that goes like, with the trident. And he will buff the boss. Yes, you heard that right. He will buff the boss with his damage buff, meaning the boss will get more damage. You can also come from this way as well, as a heads up. So what you want to do is, if you haven't done it already, come over here and kill the channeler, because he will basically make it so that the boss can one-shot you, which obviously is not very cool. Now, is it? And then once we do that, we're going to head to the actual boss. So I'm going to actually use a homeward bone here, just because I don't want to navigate the labyrinthine areas. And then, yeah, so I'll show you the path to the actual boss now. And we have opened up the shortcut, so usually these guides assume you have done most of the area, explored and all that sort of stuff. So we have opened up this shortcut here, which will take you closer to the boss. Also, I probably will use the gold pine resin for this boss, simply because you definitely want to have... My girlfriend is arriving with coffee. Thank you very much. Simply because you definitely want to have an upgraded weapon for this, because he is so tanky. So tanky, capital T tanky, that you definitely want to have, you know, something better than what we currently have, which is an unupgraded gargoyle tail axe. Now, we can do it without gold pine resin, but it's basically just for the idea of speeding this part up, because this boss is not particularly difficult. He's mainly just tanky. He's got a lot of health. So here is the Gaping Dragon, and he will have two phases, or two forms, basically. Also, if you can whack his little dangly head, but don't stay too long, because if he does that charge attack, that's his main bread and butter there. Also, you can cut off his tail. It is annoying because it constantly goes up in the air. You also have to wait and watch out for this, his tail swipe. Cutting off his tail will actually give you a couple of things. A, it'll give you a weapon, which I already received, so we're not going to be able to get it again. And B, watch out when he jumps and slams, but it's your typical jump and slam. It's your typical come on and slam. And yeah, by the way, stay away from his legs when he's walking, because he will give you chip damage from him just walking around. It's really annoying like this. Yeah, super duper freaking annoying, actually. He also will have a tantrum attack here. Basically, the idea with this boss is stay away from him and try to circle him. He makes that pretty annoying. Oh my god, he moved forward that time. Okay, we're going to heal here. Okay. Yeah, he moved forward. Sometimes he moves forward when he jumps up in the air. We're going to try to bait out him slamming back down here. There we go. We're going to hit his dangly head, which is his weak spot. And we do want to move out of the way. All right, so yeah, he's far easier to deal with when his head is down on the ground. So we're going to avoid his swipe attacks. Go ahead and put your head on the ground if you would be so kind, because I do want to cut off your tail. It's easier to cut off his tail when his head is up, but it's harder to get around him, as you can see here, because he's just refusing to... He's refusing to let me get behind him here. Yeah, okay, this is a really annoying fight so far. Gaping Dragon's just kind of annoying. He's got these gigantic, weird AoE attacks. And his hitboxes are weird. He doesn't deal that much damage. We're going to grab the standard set there as well. Or the night set or whatever it is. Yeah, he makes it very difficult for you to get behind him and cut off that dang tail. Can you put your head down, sir? Sir, it's time. If he does put his head down, I'm going to apply the gold pine resin as well. Yes, Tantrum, we know. Go ahead and put your head down for Papa. All right, I think this is it. Good. So we're going to put our gold pine resin on, and you can see the damage increase here. We're going to go for 3 attacks here, and then we're going to move out of the way for the charge. Because that charge has a like, all of his attacks just have huge AoEs, basically. We're going to try to chop off his tail, if that's possible. But as you can see, since it raises in the air, it's really annoying to deal with. And roll. Nice. Okay, come on. Let me get that tail, big boy. There we go. All right, so chopping off the tail does 2 things. A, makes it easier to avoid his tail swipe attacks, because he doesn't have a tail now. We're going to hit him 3 times here on his dangly little head before he charges. B, you will get a weapon, the great tail axe or something. I forget what it's called. But now if he tries to go for a tail whip, he won't actually be able to do it. So let's hit him a couple of times here. Yeah, you can see, basically just rinse and repeat this if you don't have the gold pine resin. You do want to have an upgraded weapon, however. Yeah, okay. Ground was trying to mess me up there. Could not see where he was landing. Sometimes he'll jump forward, so be careful about that. Also, do not fall off to the left over there. I believe you can fall off. Yeah, otherwise just bait out his head going back down, because you don't want to really fight him when his head's up like this. He'll slam down here, and then we can go for the head boops. Boopity. Boopity. I said boopity. If I say boopity, you have to apply a hit. I think I'm going to heal here as well, just to be careful, and then go back down to the humanities for pocket heals. Humanities will fully heal you, remember. Okay, run up. 1, 2, and 3. All right, move out of the way before he does the charge. Huge damage here on the charge. He'll do an attack that we haven't seen as well, where he will vomit, and that vomit is very scary. Gonna hit him here and gonna hit him one more time. The vomit is very scary. It will degrade your weapons. I have fought this guy multiple times where my weapon has flat out broke because of the vomit, and that is not fun whatsoever. So just be aware of that. I think it's this right here. Yeah. So he'll vomit here. Do not stand in that vomit. I believe it gives you chip damage, but it also will destroy your weapon's durability very quickly. So just keep that in mind. Because this guy's so tanky that not only is your weapon durability going down because of that, but also it's going down because of that vomit there. All right, we're going to run forward and chop his big dongly head with 2 chops here. Okay, we are going to get out of the way of the charge. Yeah, you can see once you start getting freaking... the charge, man. The charge is so frustrating. Yeah, you can see we were about to win there, but once you start getting hit by the charge, you're screwed. So that's exactly what you don't want to do. I'm going to cut now to where we beat him, because this boss is super tanky and super annoying with an unupgraded weapon, because you just have to whittle away at his massive health. So I would definitely suggest upgrading your weapon. Pick a weapon, upgrade it at Andre, and yeah, you'll have a much better time. But I'll see you in just a second. Okay, and we're back. We should be able to do it. Use some fire bombs on this guy just because, my God, he is so tanky without an unupgraded weapon. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But yeah, switch to the halberd as well just for the extra bit of damage. I think the halberd is, in my opinion, like a cheap weapon. There's some cheap weapons in Dark Souls 1 that if you want to use, you know, you'll have a much easier time. Halberd moveset is ridiculous. You can see here, because we can use an R2 to go boopity boop. You can use an R2 to go boopity boop, and that was a mistake because I might get trapped in the freaking charge attack again, which you don't want to get trapped into. Boopity, boopity. Oh, come on now. Boopity boop. Okay, a couple more R2s should do the trick here. Boopity boop. One more R2 should do the trick here, but we got to see if he jumps up. He does. Alright, go ahead and slam that big, beautiful head down. Oh, there it is. We're going to give you a boopity boop for all your work. Thanks so much. So yeah, Gaping Dragon, not difficult, just really annoying, basically. Not difficult, just really annoying. He has a lot of, like, big AoE sort of stuff where he'll just, like, walk and hurt you, and you'll get kind of, like, sucked into his attacks, which doesn't feel very good. 25,000 souls, however. Also, that's beating him without an upgraded weapon. Definitely, as I said, recommend upgrading your weapon. I just don't know which weapon I'm going to use for this playthrough, so that's kind of why I haven't upgraded a weapon yet. But yeah, definitely upgrade your weapon first, because this guy is so tanky, has so much HP. Basically, it's just about hitting his little dongle head, pretty much. And yeah, we also don't have that much HP compared to where we should right now, I believe, as well. So yeah, basically we're on challenge mode a little bit for this guy, but not difficult in the slightest. Just watch out for that charge attack mainly. Otherwise, it's just very big, you know, and then swipes and stuff. But hopefully this guide helped. Thanks so much for watching. If it did, we have a playlist for all the other Dark Souls Remastered bosses, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.